Good evening, good evening. I'm a little bit early, but good evening, good evening. 1 second. Okay, I got 4 minutes beforehand. My bad. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's see. I got 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes beforehand. Y'all, I am so humble and so grateful. Hold on just a second. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Whew. I am so grateful. So grateful. One moment. Ah, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, sis. Hey, Miss Susan. Good evening, good evening. What's up, cuz? Oh, I'm just chilling this evening. I am just so grateful. Good evening, fam. I am just so grateful. Woo, Lord. I am so grateful. I am truly grateful. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay, perfect, perfect. I am just so grateful this evening. Had a amazing day. Especially when you find out your apartment managers are spiritual. And you find out things. Yeah, I agree. Just bought a new house. Congratulations, cousin. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. That's right. Expand your territory. That's right. I am just so grateful. Especially when you find out how the Spirit is moving and how obedience and keeping your word make a difference in the Spirit. I mean, listen, I can tell you, look, I am so grateful. All the time. All the time. God is good. All the time. But now, let me give my disclaimer real quick. All right, cuz? And for many more. Now, myself, I am not a Christian, but I do believe in God. I believe in him by the name of Jehovah, El Shalom, Elohim, El Shaddai, Yahweh, Jehovah. But along with that, I believe in many others. So, I'm just putting it out there up front, letting it be known. Because God is good all the time. And see, I believe everyone should get to know Mr. Yahweh as El Shaddai. Because El Shaddai means more than enough. You know what I mean? He not only give you your needs, but he give you your wants. He give you more than enough. I love him as Jehovah Jireh, but there's nothing like him being El Shaddai. I'm humble, cuz. I'm humble. And I not only say that for you, but I say that for so many others, because sometimes people, sometimes find out that you're not exactly what they're looking for. You have to put that disclaimer out there. But I do believe that if the words of that Bible come up off that page for you, and you allow it to manifest by your faith, that it'll be a blessing to you. That you will see the manifold blessing and the manifold wisdom of God. I do believe. I do believe. Now I do believe in his son, Jesus, which I call Yahshua Mashiach, or Lamb of God, Word of God, So, just putting it out there. But I am so just grateful. You know what? You right about that. You right about that. But see, that's, for me, that's where them scissors come in at. See, I don't mind cutting them off. You know what I mean? Because this is what I believe. If you stand by what you believe and what's providing for you, and you move by the Spirit, I believe that anything can happen. It may not always look like it. It may not always seem like it. But guess what? It's worth it at the end. You know what I mean? So I said I am so grateful. Now, I must say thank you to Miss Dantor. Because truly, Miss Dantor has been awesome. Ever since she showed up, even before she showed up, has been awesome. Oh, I know you do, cuz. I know you do. Because the manifestations are showing up in your life. I just believe everybody should be empowered. Everybody should stand by what they believe, especially in a time such as this. Everybody should. Now, for Facebook, this is a cigar, not a blunt, but a cigar. I want to see the Facebook police. Y'all know how Facebook do. Send your messages and stuff. So look here, in the state of Texas, this is a cigar. Thank you. And for Facebook also, I do not own the rights to this music. Oh, because to answer your question, you said, how was your evening? It is going magnificent. I am just grateful. Have you had one of the moments where you just wanted to stop and say thank you? Where you just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for all that has been done for you? When a way out of no way has been made, when a win-win has been made, when you learn the lesson, when you allow the spirit and you don't allow the situation, and you see why and you see the purpose thereof, makes it all worth it. Oops, sorry about that, y'all. It turned all the way around. Because I just moved into my place too. But I am just so grateful, because within this 1 week, I have found out so much, and I've seen so many manifestations. Within, I say, the last week and a half, so many manifestations. But I do want to say this: don't give up, don't give in. Keep going. Because to tell you the truth, we still at the beginning. We still at the beginning. There is so much more in store. I have always believed that you have to stand for something or you will fall for anything. Yes, I have that. And congrats on your new place. I'm humble. I know that's right. You got to stand for what you believe in. You got to stand. You got to stand on it. And even when sometimes when it seems like, everything, and pardon the way I say this, because I do cuss on my lives, that it's going to hell. It seems like everything went to hell. Stand on it. Still stand. Still trust what walks with you and grace you in your life. Still stand. Because you know what? Things will happen. Miracles and blessings will happen. But you got to still stand. You got to still trust. Especially in a time like this. Especially in a time like this. Because at this time, this is where we need to trust the most. Because like I said, this year is full of blessing. This year is also full of let go. And within this, it is a working on yourself, because, there are lessons in this year just as well as there are blessings in this year. But there's, across the world, there are different things going on in this earth. So at this time, you got to believe. You got to stand on what empowers you. You got to. But I am so grateful. When I could have been dead and gone, I'm still breathing. When I could have been took out of here, still breathing. Oh yeah. But see, the thing of it is, that's in whatever you believe. That's in whatever you believe. No matter if it's the left hand, the right hand, the gray hand, no matter if it's the Loa, no matter if it's Mr. Yahweh, no matter if it's Hecate, no matter. Believe. Mr. Jehovah, Mr. El Shaddai. Believe. Because now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Believe. But here is the ordeal. You have to stand on it. You not only have to trust, but you have to be willing to stand. Because trust with no work is like faith without works is dead. So you got to stand. But I'm going to say it like this. Even with manifestations and intent, it is the same principle. But I am, like I said, I am truly grateful. I am truly, 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 truly grateful. Because could have been dead and gone. Could have been took out of here. And I also want to thank Saint Expedite. Also, I want to thank the Loa, Ms. Dantor particularly, Prophet Legba in particular. I want to thank him, and I want to thank the Loa that I did know was protecting me. I am grateful. Grateful. I thank Mr. Yahweh for the breath of life. You know what I mean? Mr. El Shaddai. Thank him for the breath of life. I also thank the other gods and goddesses. Because let me be real. Let me be real. Could have been dead and gone. Could have been out of here. And like I said, seen miracles. When your friends come over, just to let you know about today, when your friends come over, they take you and say, come on with me to the grocery store. All I said was I was hungry. I didn't say what I had in my refrigerator and what I didn't. They took me, damn near spent $200 on groceries. All I could do was be grateful. The apartment managers, like I said, found out they were all spiritual. Didn't know until we had a discussion. Didn't know. So I am forever grateful. I am, what's up, cuz? Guiding love. Guiding love to all my guidance that's popping in. Guiding love. Forever grateful. Because the truth of the matter is, you would be surprised what angel, what divine spirit is watching out for you. You will be surprised. Now, we'll keep it 100. Hey, nephew. We'll keep it 100. Not exactly what you call a light worker. But I do believe in shedding light, and I do believe in balance. Because even the Bible tells you that he made darkness as well as he did light. He separated the light just like he separated the darkness. Always providing a way. Always providing a way. See, you know what? I'm gonna do it this way. See, just like you said that. At those times when I need him to provide, I call it Jehovah Jireh. My provider. But when you need that more than enough, El Shaddai. When you need that self-existent one, Jehovah or Yahweh. But I'm going to put it to you like this here. It is the same, no matter what realm, no matter what God or goddess that you're serving, it is the same. Stand by what you believe. No matter what the hell you're going through. No matter what happens, stand. Believe and trust. And don't let go until you see something. Until you see a manifestation. Don't let go. And let me say this. Don't just come to him when you need something. Don't just come to your God or goddess when you need something. Don't just come. Don't just come and show up when you need something. Don't just show up then. Show up with everything going wrong and still say thank you. Show up and still say, I'm right here in your presence. I'm right here. Not moving from here. And another thing, don't develop a relationship just to obtain things. Hey, fam. Good evening. Good evening. Family, I want to say thank you. Thank you. And I noticed what day it was. Let me put it this way. Miss Dantor was here a couple of days ago. But I didn't get her until today. Because we kept looking at the packages. And for some reason, we didn't see my name. We didn't see nothing. But she showed up on Papa Legba's day. And that's when we saw my name. I walked out that door skipping. But like I said, I found out a lot of things within this week. Within this week, I found out the apartment managers, all of them are spiritual. Brujas. All of them. I was like, good God Almighty, what? And they asked me, they said, did you know before? I said, yeah, honestly, this is what I was trying to do. I was trying to come in, sit down, behave, get my blessing, and sit down somewhere and behave. But I'm sitting up here like, look. I told Spirit, I said, listen, Spirit, I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to come in this office, sit down, sign the lease, hold my peace. Went back the very next day. They said, listen, can we talk? I said, yeah, we can talk about anything. What's up? And I'm knowing, I said, shoot, here come the reads that I didn't do the day before. And the young lady said, let me pull you outside. On today is her day as well? Oh, okay. Thank you. Listen, Linda. When I tell you, family, I've seen some amazing things. Oh, yeah. And so you're right. Give thanks daily. And you know what? And let me be honest. Got to talking. I had one manager that damn near started crying on me. I was like, Spirit. We going to be both snot. Tell them to stop because I'm going to be a $2 hoe. I'm going to be a $2 hoe. Tell them to stop. And the next one, she come out the door. She said, nah, my turn. All right, his turn up. Mine. I said, wait a minute, G. Is the whole office finna come out here? She said, yeah, you didn't give us our reading yesterday when you were signing the lease. You ain't get no reading. I was like, you know what? Oh, okay. I said, you know what? All right. Whatever Spirit want to do, that's what we going to do. That's what we going to do. And when I tell you it was at least 10 people in that office, I was just coming to get my mail. That's really what I was coming from. And a mailbox key. Still ain't got the mailbox key. They giving me my mail themselves. I don't know if they just checking the box, the stalling with the key to keep talking to me. I don't know what's going on. But when I tell you that each one came out, and all I could say was thanks. I walked down the street, all I could say was thanks. And then on top of that, hold up, ain't through yet. I end up with phone numbers. Everybody done wrote their number down. So I'm going to put this in your phone. We going to call you. I said, listen, Linda, hold up. Are y'all calling for spiritual work? They said, we going to be calling for that too. I said, y'all do know there's a fee here. You know what I mean? If you ask for spiritual work, there's a fee. Now, the only reason why I ain't saying nothing about these readings, because you helped me sign the lease. You let me in. And they said, that's the only reason why you're doing it. I said, listen, Linda. I'm actually an advisor. So, technically, yeah, I do charge, I got some fees. They started laughing. And I said, think about it. When you go before, because if I'm not mistaken, they follow the Orishas. Mr. Elegwa is theirs, and Ishun is the one they sit outside. And so I was telling them, I said, one thing you have to do, please remember your dedication. And just because your manifestation hasn't showed up in the manner in which you believe it should show up. Oh, what up, sis? I told him, I said, just because your manifestation hasn't showed up yet don't mean that your work is in vain. And I said, some of y'all are going to a higher paying job. They were saying, yeah. I said, listen, Linda, listen. Ooh, boom. Blessings upon blessings. Listen. Good evening, Miss Phoenix. If you don't mind, I'm going to call you Miss Phoenix because that last name, can't pronounce that. English ain't that great. Can't pronounce that. Uh, by the way, if y'all have not checked out that interview with Miss Misha and Miss Phoenix, please check it out. There was some lights and some truths shedded. Please check it out. It'll bless your soul. I'm humble. Thank you. I'm so humble. Thank you for allowing me to call you Miss Phoenix. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so humble. I'm so humble. But I'm telling you, you missed that interview. Listen, you can push the replay because there were some truths dropped off. Because when you are dealing with your path, every day ain't easy. What's up, bro? What's up? Listen, I'm humble. I will do so. I will do so. As a matter of fact, let me make my announcement. Let me pull a e-file real quick. Let me make my announcements. April the 3rd, nephew of Mr. Petty J. Pastor will be doing readings on Sunday's Best in April. I will be doing April the 10th for Sunday's Best. So please, please, please check out Sunday's Best with Miss Ifa Abeyo. And also, and I will be glad to, Miss Phoenix, I will be glad to. But I'm telling you, check out that interview because it's true. When you're on your path and you're in the right direction, it does not mean anytime, fam, anytime. Always love, always love, always love, always love. And I'm telling you, check that interview out because it's true. You'll have obstacles on your path, but it does not mean that that's not your path. It just means you have to trust what you walk with, what walks with you, that graced you in your life. Because one thing you have to think about, if they brought you this far, what make you think they're going to leave you? And since I cuss, I'm going to say it how I feel it. I'm like Miss Phoenix, I do get my cuss on. If they brought you this far, what in the fuck make you think they're going to leave you? Because the truth be told, you have to remember something. They never said it was going to be easy. They never said it was going to be where you can, where everything just came easily to you. There's some trials, there's some tribulations, there's some things, some lessons you got to learn. There's some things that you got to stay humble about. There's some things that you have to heal from. And whoever said that healing was easy, baby, I want a roadmap to your success. Because some of that stuff was painful, but you got to let it go. And I'm going to say this. If people are walking out your life, let them. Let them. Stop holding on to folks who the universe, who God, who your God or goddess is trying to remove from your life. Stop holding on to them people. Let them people go. Stop holding on to that pain. Stop holding on to that hurt. Let it go. Let it go. And I'm going to tell you why you need to let it go. Because your blessing is behind your healing. It's behind your let go. So let it go. Exactly. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, you're right. It's necessary. Because you will never understand the depth of your gift until you let go of something. Let me be real. Let me be real. Because I was in the hotel. Could have been sleeping on the street. I wasn't paying for it, but I was there. And I'm thankful because I could have been sleeping on the concrete. But you know what? We make decisions. And this is another thing. Let me say this. Own up to your shit. If you had to learn that lesson, be honest. You had to learn that lesson because you made decisions. And some of us made a decision to be Captain Saberhole. Let them people go. Stop trying to save what don't want to be saved. Stop trying to rescue where there's no need for the life jacket. Sometimes you cannot be the superhero in somebody's life. And true, you have to forgive. You have to. But this is why you have to forgive. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this from my heart. I am a selfish motherfucker, okay? I don't forgive for the sake of the other person. I forgive for the sake of me, for claiming my power back, for giving that baggage back, okay? I'm not holding on to shit keeping me up at night, worried about what someone else did. Because let me keep it 100. They be sleep, and you over here angry than a motherfucker. This motherfucker snoring. But you still holding on to baggage that they let go. They left that shit with you. So why would you hold it? Let it go. Because it's not worth where your God or your goddess or your gods or your goddesses are trying to take you. Because your destiny called for more than that. Your destiny is calling for you to do greater. And for those that the Bible scholars, how you going to do the work that he did in greater if you still holding on to the bullshit of yesterday in your past? How in the hell they going to do that? That part. They sleeping and you are tossing and turning for no damn... Exactly, for no damn reason. What's up, fam? Seeing you pop in. Justina, what's up, fam? And congratulations to you and your better half on the engagement. That's right. Congratulations. But let me say this. You sitting up here with all this shit, carrying it. That person done flipped your ass off in the spirit, sleeping, and left you with all of that. Let that shit go, bro. Let that shit go, sis. It ain't worth it. And I'm going to tell you why it ain't worth it. Here's a question. Is it worth your blessing? Is it worth the direction you're going in? Is it worth the goals that you're reaching? Is it worth it to get to your blessing and have to heal? I believe it was yesterday or the day before, nephew went live, and I couldn't help but to jump on nephew's live. I'm not going to lie. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it at all. And the reason why I couldn't help it, because some of us still hold this shit where we were 5 years old. Some of us still hold this shit where we were literally kids. And as hard as it is, let it go. Let that person go. Because guess what? I'm going to tell you something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. What would you do when you find out that that person is not even going to apologize? So guess what you have to do? Let it go and forgive yourself. Let it go. Exactly. But you have to forgive you for allowing yourself to keep baggage. Not for somebody else's choices, but for holding on to the baggage when you have the power to let go. Stop letting places, things, people hold you back. Stop. When your blessing is greater, when your goal, your vision, your destiny is greater. Exactly, right. Let that shit go. But you also have to let go of the family secret. Some of us need to quit being a family secret. See, me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't have no problem being the black sheep. Because the black sheep is who everybody bring their ass to. I don't have no problem with that. Is it worth? Exactly. Is it worth your blessing? Is it worth your manifestation? Is it worth your intent? Is it worth what the spirits, what your God or goddess or your goddesses or your gods are doing in your life? Is it worth it? Because I promise you, what's on the other side of that let go is a blessing. I am the rainbow sheep. Hey, that's it. That's it. Listen, same here. It's a lot of us guidance. But you know what's funny? We got a whole rainbow side of the family. We got a whole side of the family that's a rainbow. And it's the best feeling in the world when you just release it and let it go. Yes, it's like a fucking weight dropped off of you. Yes. It's like a whole weight dropped off of you. Especially when you stop giving a fuck about people's opinions. When you stop giving a fuck about what they think. When you stop giving a fuck about what they feel, what they want to know, and how they feel about it, and what they say about it, and don't do this and don't do that. Man, you better live your life. You better live your life. You ain't got but one. So you might well live that. You might well live that motherfucker to the fullest. Learn what you need to learn, gather what you need to gather, and move to your destiny. Because real talk, we get frustrated, we get tired. You feel like throwing up your hands. And then, let me be honest, people will get on your goddamn nerves. You name me one day somebody didn't get on your nerves, I'll name you 11 where they did. Because at the end of the day, people are going to be people until the Spirit changed them, or until they embrace that enlightenment, that eye opener, epiphany, or revelation. Don't let people hold you in boxes you know your ass don't fit. Don't. Keep moving. Press towards your goal. Do what you gotta do. Let go. Because you don't know how blessed you will be. You know what? I love you, fam. And I'm humble. All I can say, charge it to Miss Dantor. Look here. Look here. Charge it to Miss Dantor. Charge it to Miss Dantor. I don't know much to do. But I you know what? She explained that Florida water. I didn't know you were supposed to throw the Florida water as well. Like, I puff cigars in the north, south, the east, and the west. I did not know when you said the water that you throw the Florida water and you clean her altar with that. She explained. Like you said, kept meditating. But I'm going to tell you, let it go. Because I had no idea who's been watching my back all this time. And I'm so grateful. And and everybody laughed at me when I said Miss Dantor is coming. Everybody was like, what do you mean? I think Sis asked me, is that a person? I said, no, that's not a person. That's a goddess. She's coming. She's coming. And she is showing everywhere that she is coming, that she's making her arrival. All I can say is that I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Because you never know. Like I was telling somebody today, when I was doing a reading today, I told him, I said, let me be real. You will be surprised who is speaking to you and imparting wisdom into your life. Because we spend a lot of times looking at people and saying, oh, well, this spirit can't speak to me, that spirit can't speak to me. And when I tell you, you will be surprised who's imparting wisdom. So be careful what the hell you demonize. Be careful what the hell you judge. Because that very thing that you judge is the very one that saw your ass through. That very god or goddess, that very spirit, that very ancestor is the one that's seen you through. And let me say this, not all ancestors have your last name. Not all ancestors have your last name. You have a lineage. You could have ran into a lady in the middle of the street and look up in the spirit, that lady be done passed on, and that lady be in the spirit open up doors for you. Oh, true, she making it known. I'm humble. I'm humble. And you know what's funny? I love Ogo. I love him. You know, he was the one, man, when he came in, it was going to be this, it was going to be that, and that was that. Mr. Ogun is like that. He like that. And I love him for it. I love him for it. But I'm gonna keep it 100. You will be surprised who's working on your behalf. So don't count them out when they reveal themselves. Don't count them out. What's up? What's up, Millibrook? Denise in the house. Don't count them out. Don't count them out, because God will send. You'll be surprised who's been watching you since you was a child, who's been protecting you on your path. So please, don't narrow your path, but also don't narrow your mind. And another thing, let's stop this closed-minded shit where we just have to do this and just have to do that and just have to be like this. Y'all, I'm going to have to move from where I'm sitting at, because I got to charge my phone for it down on me in the middle of this live. But you will be surprised who's been watching your back, who's been having your back the whole time. Pop up and make themselves known. You better say that, especially when they make themselves known. When they let you know, when you thought you was in the ring by yourself, that they were always boxing, that they always had your back. Because I'm going to tell you something. Some spirits come because certain spirits that's supposed to be your enemy, let me be honest, you don't have the strength to fight them. So guess who got to fight them? That's been watching your back, that God or goddess, that ancestor, that angel, that one that you probably demonize, has your back. Because you will be surprised, especially you don't know what they're protecting you from. Just like earlier, young lady was telling me, she said she had gave up. Her ancestors showed up. Her ancestors showed up and said, no, the fuck you didn't. Because you're our manifestation. And another thing, let me give a friendly reminder. You are your ancestors' prayer and manifestations. And for those that read the Bible, you know the reason why Moses and Elijah were so proud to see Jesus face to face? Because they prophesied of his coming. It's the same in the spirit. They spoke you into existence. So you think that they're not ready to see your manifestation? Not ready to see you walk and fulfill your destiny? You have them completely fucked up. They are rooting for you. They are making a way so that you will fulfill your destiny, your purpose, what you've been called to, what you've been shown to do. They're waiting. And remember, in the process, baby, don't let yourself down. Don't let yourself down. Because at the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror. You got to face you. And then you got to face your ancestors. Then you got to face your guides. Then you got to face them gods and them goddesses that have invested in you. So believe me, if you don't know that you're important, you better figure the fuck out. That's why it should be a privilege as to who has access to your energy. Stop giving people access to your energy that's only handing you bags and shit to hold. Stop. Let me do some reading right quick. I am so grateful and thankful for where I'm at my way I used to be. I'm so thankful. Oh, you better say that. Now, see, I remember when we was hanging out, and look where we are now. Look where we are now. Roofs over our head. Food in our mouth. Denise, I remember. Mama D, I remember. Yes, I am my ancestors' prayer and manifestation. So I powerfully show up for myself and for them. Say that. You're supposed to. You're supposed to. That's a part of self-love too. Showing up for you. I have to give Miss Ifa Bayo her props because that's something that she steadily preaches and steadily teach. Show up for your own healing. Show up for yourself. Show up for you and forgive you for you. Because at the end of the day, you're the one. You're the one who's got to walk it out with your ancestors protecting you, rooting for you, with your gods and goddesses, with your guides cheering you on and making a way out of no way. You're the one. The weight of this world works on people. Yeah, the weight of this world will work on people, but get this. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Now, if you allow people to weigh you down, that's where the mess up is. Should nothing hold you back from your destiny unless you want to stop yourself. You know what? I had to learn that. I made a conscious decision at the age of 12 that I wasn't chasing shit at all. All right. You know what? Mama D, come on. Hey, Mama D, did you mean to push that? Did you mean to push the invite? Let me know, because I'm about to add you. Come on. Come on. We can treat it like church. Go ahead and testify if you want to. If you don't want to be added, just deny it. You know what? I fucking love you too. But let me say this. You're right. You let, but you don't have to let them anymore. Because now you understand the assignment. You understand the assignment. And now you know. And you gain the wisdom from that. Because it's what you do with the lesson that makes the difference too. What you do with the lesson makes the difference. Because now you know what that maneuver looks like. Now you know. And I'm going to tell you this. You notice the weapon didn't prosper because you caught on. You understood the assignment. Exactly. No weapon. People can say, well, let me tell y'all what happened to me a couple of days ago. Somebody actually called the cops on me because I lit some sage. So you know what I told the cop? And the cop laughed and said, that's deep. I said, sir, you're here because I lit some sage. Now you mean to tell me when I said remove the negativity out of this apartment, you mean to tell me that the sage went and choked the negativity somewhere else? That means that that person left that energy in here. So they lived here before. He said, man, that's deep. He said, but they called because they said you was doing witchcraft. I said, well, looky here, sir. Looky here. Looky here, sir. And he just tripped, and he was like, but that just tripped him out because he was like, so how does sage do that? I said, let's talk. Every herb has energy. Every herb. Think about it. When grandma and them cooked that food, when mama and them cooked that food, and they put the sage in the chicken and dressing or the stuffing, you ate and you felt better, right? He was like, yeah. I said, see, this is what you got to understand. Everything has an energy. That's why you always bless what you got. And when he said that, he said, well, I'm about to knock on the door because it was your neighbor. Now, technically, he wasn't supposed to tell me that. He wasn't supposed to tell me that. And he told me, he said, I never had nobody literally tell me that. I said, this is the thing that people have to realize. If someone is truly standing by what they believe and they say something and all of a sudden you get called, I want you to pay attention to how come you standing here. Because I said something about the negativity and I said for it to leave and I open up a window for it to leave and then you show up. So you tell me, who got the negative? He said, you know what? I can't. I said, you have to realize something. Everything has a spirit and it'll set out to perform. That's why no word returns void. It will do what it's set out to do. See, let me say this. There's a difference between choices and destiny and prophecy. There's a difference. You make the choices all you want to. But when it's your destiny, you're going to fulfill it on the right side or the wrong side of that thing. But you're going to fulfill it. Because really ain't no choice about it. Because one way or another, the god or goddesses, your ancestors, they still going to get the glory. So this is why it is important that you establish your relationship. Oh yeah, in mysterious ways. Listen, how I found out that the woman did it. The woman held a whole conversation with me today, like, hey, don't you do nothing to me. Don't you do nothing to me. I was like, yo, look here. And I just kept talking. I said, listen, just call me G. I said, what's your name? She told me her name. I said, just call me G. It's all good. It's gravy. But she talked to me as if she was terrified. And I said, you must be looking for the people across the street. I said, I believe they live over there, from what the landlord said. And I didn't tell her what was going on. And can y'all still hear me? Because I seen it where it said the connection fell. So can y'all still hear me? Please let me know if y'all can still hear me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Herbs are to be celebrated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm humble. Thank you. But herbs, yes, they are to be celebrated. Just to do a back history. When you think about the indigenous people, when you think about Africa and the different tribes, and you think about the different tribes in different places, and the one thing that they did, what's up, Tracy? The one thing that they did was be thankful for the herbs. They gave thanks before they used any one of them. No matter which herb it was, they gave thanks for it. Because once that you thank the spirit of that herb, and you let that herb know what your intent is and what your purpose is, that's with anything that you use, no matter if it's divination, no matter what your tool is. Thank that tool. I hear a lot of people say a lot of things about tarot cards and about oracle cards and stuff like that, but they are still portals. Tell them cards thanks for keeping you focused in that portal so that you can do that read. Tell them thanks. Because at the end of the day, they assisted. The spirit behind those cards assisted. No matter what deck, they assisted. Just like with the herbs, they assisted. So give thanks for your herbs and pray over your herbs before you use them. Especially if you're just getting the herb from the store, pray over your stuff. Use some lavender, some rosemary, and give that lavender, that rosemary thanks for clearing that energy. And another thing, for those that don't know, please open the door, the windows, when you're letting out negative energy, or else you're just going to see that shit run around in a circle. And when you're using sage, please speak to your sage. Your sage will put your blessing and your curse right out the door too. Put your ancestors, put your enemy, put whatever is in the house out. So please speak to your herbs and tell your herbs what you want from it. Don't just light it and then you wonder where your ancestors at and where this at and where that's at. It's outside. Because you didn't tell it what not to put out there. They put everybody out there. Your blessing, your curse, the dog, the cat, Ruru, Neil, Tyrone. It put everybody out. So remember to tell your herbs exactly what your intent is. And for those that are used to, you're saying your God and goddess knows, still talk to them. I do. I'll still sit there and hold that conversation. I'll still sit there and speak with them because this is a relationship, not a situationship. A lot of people say they're in a relationship with their spirits, their ancestors, their God and Goddess, and they're in a situationship. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Situationship, meaning you only come in when you need something, when you're in a fucking situation. Stop doing that to them. Because if they did it to you, what if it was a situationship with them? And they just come and they just say, listen, do this for me and I'll do that for you. And you do it. But then when you need them the most, it's not their situation. What you gonna do when they don't show up? So remember that. Because you expecting your God or Goddess, your ancestors, you expecting your guys to show up all the time. You show up all the time. Because guess what? And they ain't saying nobody's perfect. You gonna fuck up sometime or another. Trust me. You gonna fuck up sometime. But you'll learn that lesson. But you have got to be sincere in your heart. Stop showing up on them when it's just for the situation when you want to be bailed out. Show up and say thank you. Say, you know what? I ain't got nothing to say today. Nothing but thank you. Because this was a day that I didn't have. Thank you. This was a moment I didn't have. This was an hour I didn't have. But thank you. Because guess what they're doing? They're watching for that stuff that you don't even see. When so-and-so thought to rob you, but your ancestors was keeping you safe. When somebody thought to harm you, but your ancestors was keeping you safe. When somebody was trying to put a hex or trying to put a root or trying to speak down upon you, but your ancestors had your back. But your God or Goddess had your back. Your guide had your back on the things you didn't even know. And then when they revealed it to you, they only revealed it because they already handled it. So you know what my question be when they reveal stuff like that to me? Hey, do I need to get up and do anything? And they say, nope, we got it. We just let you know. Don't fuck with that person no more. All right, cool. Can I go back to sleep? Yep, all right then. I'll go back to sleep. Because I already know what's going to happen. And as nephew say, I'm not responsible for how the gods and the goddesses, the ancestors, my guides, they grace me in my life. And this is the same that everybody should say. I'm not responsible for how you protect me. I'm not responsible for how you love me. So if you do something, this is what I tell people. Be careful what you do. Because you don't know what's guarding that person. You don't know who you pissing off. You think you just pissing off that person, and you're pissing off what's protecting them, what's helping them get to their destiny. Better be careful. Because guess what? When that spirit get pissed off, and your ancestors know you on wrongful ground, you're going to get that ass whooped. You're going to get that ass whooped. So be careful how you treat somebody. Be careful who you speak upon. Because you don't know what's protecting them. You don't know what has their back. And I promise you, ain't none of us ever ready for that fight. So let's treat one another right as we want to be treated. But let me say this also. Some of us is in a fuck shit. Only time we come when we're ready for a climax. And let me be real. Because some of us, we wait until we are at a crucial fucking moment. And then we want them to come up with this amazing miracle. But you didn't do no amazing work when they gave you instruction. You didn't do no amazing anything when they told you to do it. Because this what I'm you know what? I said this last year, and I'm going to say it again this year. I said it the year before too. Stop writing a manual of instructions for the spirits when they give them to you for somebody else to carry out because you didn't want to do your work. Stop being in the fuck ship. And guess what? Your God and Goddess, your ancestors, they're not the ones fucked. You are. Do your work. Do your work. Because guess what? They show up for you. So be kinder to yourself and show up for yourself and show up for them too. Show up in your relationship. Because guess what? Let's do it on a physical level. If you had a companion and you and that companion is together and that companion make you feel alone, like you're in that relationship by yourself, then what you gonna do? Because the minute that you feel by yourself, guess what you want to do? You be looking like, you know what? I ain't got to take this. Let me move on. Same way with the spirits. Don't let them be in a relationship with you and you over here in a fuck shit. Just like a regular relationship. Think about it. If him or her only show up to fuck, but they never show up when your storm is there, they never show up to be that friend, they never show up to have your back, to be that confidant, to be that companion, how you gonna feel? So, let me ask this question. How do you think the spirits feel? How do you think your God or goddess feel? So show up. Other than for the fuck shit. Show up. Because a relationship is a give, a take. It's just not on one party to do it all by themselves. Now don't get me wrong, a God and a goddess, very powerful. Gods, very powerful. Your ancestors, they've already lived their journey. Very powerful. But stop making them think that they got to relive your life, come down here and do your work, sit in the office, and you don't have nothing to do. Because faith without works, hey, boo, they dead. So do your work. Work on you. And what I mean by do your work, work on you. Strive on being a better you. Self-love is a must. And a part of self-love is allowing yourself to fulfill your destiny. Allowing yourself to be that blessing, to receive that blessing. Because some of us have a hard time fucking receiving, y'all. We have a hard time. Let's learn how to receive. Let's learn how to get. Because the truth of the matter is, show up. You got this. You got this. Trust it. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell he paused for. But you got this. So remember, you got this. And when you feel like giving up, try going to your spirits first and having a talk. A heart to heart. It's not like they ain't there and like they're not available. Talk to them. You have to break down at your altar. You have to break down in your prayer closet. Break down, release. You will be surprised at the weight that's lifted off your shoulders. You'll be surprised. So don't think you got to do this by yourself. And don't think that they're going to leave you by yourself. So don't leave them doing the work by themselves. Don't have them fighting for you more than you're fighting for you. Do this together. And what I mean by do it together with your spirits, with your God or goddess, be obedient. Remember, it is okay. They got your back. If they ask you to let go of something, no matter how painful it is, trust me, you'll see that blessing on the other side. You got this. But like I said, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Because even when they are letting it be known they're on the way, you should see the movement that they're making. You should see the gathering of your blessing. You should see it. Because it's fucking amazing. I know for myself, man, listen. I was not expecting this week. I really wasn't. I was not expecting. I was not expecting to meet people that was on a spiritual level. Like one person I met, and I'm not going to say their name, but he did his spiritual work. And he was like, everybody had their blessing and manifestation. The fuck happened to my work? And he looked at me and I told him, I said, hold on. Been there. Keep doing your work. Keep trusting. Because what they have for you It may be a higher pay, but it may be a position somewhere else. Don't think for a minute that you're doing your work in vain. Don't think for a minute that nothing goes unseen. Keep trusting, keep believing, keep holding fast. Because I'm telling you, they see you and they're working your thing, they're working that blessing out. They're working that manifestation out. They're working it out. Even if you can't see it. Get them eyes to see in the spirit realm. Oh, okay, you meant to do that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mama D.
Can you see me? Yeah, I like your topic. What you talking about? Let me put my earphones on so I can hear you. Got my fan blowing and can you hear me? It's not activated. Let me see. Okay, we'll talk the regular way. I'll text you. Okay. It's probably my volume. Okay. Now can you hear me? All right. Okay. I can hear you now. I can hear you. I do apologize for the interruption. Well, let me log out and then we'll just talk normal, okay? It's it's better. It's better. It's better. Okay. Okay.